over there?
I'll do that.
The reach is kind of far, so.
It's no problem.
There we go.
Yeah,
Thank you.
These are our friends from all over. There's 2 from England, 1 from Germany, and
Oh,
2
wow.
from the United States.
Oh, so everybody coming for a drive, eh? Like more than a drive. Oh, did I bring one extra? Oh, wait.
No, if you did, I'll drink it. Give me.
I think we're good, right? There we go, guys. Again, so my name is Misty, and I'll be taking care of you here. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to go grab the waters, and then I'll grab the pot of coffee as well, and then I'm going to go grab the drink water there, and I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
Perfect.
You need cream or sugar? I mean cream? I don't need any.
Lacrosse a long time ago was it solved disputes like between clans or even nations. So when they had it on the floor, it was just 2 poles, like maybe so high, up like that, and there was probably around maybe 100 on each team playing, and around a three-quarter mile field. So you had to be very good.
No rules either. You could check them.
Yeah, you know, you get a 2-hander, no pads, you got a 2-hander.
You mean slashing like
Yeah,
that?
take it, just take it. Well, the tolerance of pain was great a long time ago. You know, you could take a lot.
This one fits better. How's that work?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know. Made out 2 pieces of different hide, that's all.
2 different deer.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's the those are the first one we tried.
Mm-hmm.
No, see, we have a big hide and we cut them out. I try to cut them out as close as I can so that they're staying.
These work for me.
When you get to the bottom of the hide, it's thicker than when you get to where the top of the. Yeah, she's the other stuff, the stoa, little wee moccasin, and false face dancer.
So Marion,
I mean,
not
false face, no face.
no.
Oh yeah. Just 3 of them gonna get moccasins?
Yep.
Thank you very, very much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're doing the Red Barn again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. On the
And
10th.
how many years? Just tell them how many years.
67. So
Oh,
these
my
6
gosh.
years.
They teach crafts to the
56
kids.
years, and I've been
Yeah.
teaching. If it's 56, I've been teaching for 51. Moccasin, cornhusk dolls, drums, rattles, dream catchers, leather work, small leather and big leather, like moccasins.
I done it 1 year, doing distills. I think another year wampum belts.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing for all these kids. They eat there and everything, and got good keeping crafts alive.
Yeah.
That's what it is, trying to do, because see, they can make a living on it. And, Marion, of course, is a prime
And we
example.
have some of our teachers that went there before,
Yeah.
that we've taught before. I'm the only one that never learned any craft there. Everybody else in my family did.
Okay.
And all the teachers have learned from there.
Yeah. Are we gonna eat on the porch? Yes. Plate up on that side.
I don't know.
Did the muskrats come along?
Squirrels.
Squirrels, bring a couple chairs, bring a couple
Yeah.
chairs right in here.
Enough.
Squirrels.
Yeah. You want to bring a couple lawn chairs in, Kim? I'll bring them. Unless you want to sit on our bed.
This is fun though.
Have a picnic, everybody sit on the bed.
Breakfast in bed, well, supper in bed.
Put it in the middle. No forks or knives allowed. Did you guys go to there? See, two seats.
Like a smorgasbord from here.
Which one did you do the filming of the wampum belt in?
Seemed like here.
Is it this
Yeah,
one?
this exact,
This is the one because
I
I found.
think it was this.
Yeah, because he was sitting here.
yeah, this exact one.
It's funny, eh? The same one for making out. It's wild. I think we were in here with, Michelle too. Making the one
Rochelle,
with us.
yeah.
I don't know.
So it's a fun.
Let's go paper. But you should save these though, right?
Yeah, we are. But tomorrow for supper, we're going to the burger bar then we're going to the lacrosse game.
Okay.
The burgers one always.
So how many people are here on the 6 months?
Around, I would say 15,000. But the same with mom. Oh, but we held move back.
And there's a song for extend. How many, like today, like around where we're sitting, and you see, you're saying there's 13,000 people
Yeah.
here. How far down does this go? I mean, is it broadly something that people observe, or and what portion of people do longhouse and do all of that? Is it half? Is it,
I would say it's less than half,
right?
but there's a small percentage that believe, but there are more coming back, like a lot that are coming back to the longhouse.
Yeah.
Because over here, this is real, because it's what this, like what they're eating over there, strawberries. That's real. You can pick it up, and you can honor that what you're about to
Yeah.
put in your mouth.
Do they
Yeah.
teach longhouse at school?
Pardon?
They teach longhouse at school?
No, they have longhouse schools though,
Right.
like that I.L. Thomas down here. And part of that one we passed by when we got the Moccasins, that big school there, Oliver M. Smith, it's so nice what I had to do teachings there. So in the morning, they all get in a circle, the whole school. They all go to the gym and they all form a circle. And they all hold hands. I thought that was so beautiful. And then they say one person will do the Thanksgiving address. Every morning it's that way.
Right.
Our great grandson goes to that, and they really teach him a lot about.
Well, it's called immersion. We have immersion school too. There's a full immersion where there's no English. And then there's immersion schools that are half English and half native taught.
Yeah,
But there's one,
Govanio.
Gawanino, that's fully native.
Like it used to be where the lacrosse arena where we're going tonight is that they had it up by that school there. They let them use part of that as their teaching. But they want to build a school to teach them. They start with 100%, like when they're small, you know, like kids. They're such a sponge. You hear that and they got it right away, you know, and then they gradually get more English, but yet they're already fluent by then, you know. They're going up to prepare them for the outside world. Like we couldn't live. The money to be able to buy your house, buy a car, that's part of living in a white man's world, but yet surviving in your own world 100%. You only go there to make money, and you come back and you go to ceremonies, and you do and you understand all that, and then, you know, you live a life, a different life. But it's okay. It's okay living that. It's okay to drive a car. You know, you're still who you are, but when you go to Longhouse, you just wear a different shirt, and your mind is different. And then the feasting. then the feast goes on, then the next day the business starts. And that happened even when we done our wampum belts. We had we had all the wampum belts laid out, Delawares, and a whole bunch of people come in. That's why, that I would love to have been back then, because you must have just felt so good, to greet old friends, because when you're traveling and hunting, you're acquiring friends, and also what you're acquiring is language. Our people, our ancestors probably understood around probably 15 to 25 languages because of hunting, traveling, and friends. You're talking, going in a direction of 3 months. How far is that? That's a long ways.
That time when I took over for the language teacher, she called me every night and told me exactly how to pronounce a word if I wasn't sure, and she was fluent. So I would call her and she would say, "Tell me it," and I would repeat it if I wasn't sure of a word. And so I said, well, we're going to order all our furniture from Sears, and we got a Sears catalog and big Bristol board, and they cut it out in the living room, kitchen, and it was like grade 3 level or so for those kids. And they were so excited. When's that Sears truck coming? When's that Sears truck coming? And then told them each thing in that room, telephone, couch, whatever was in there, bedroom, lamp, all those things were taught to them. And they said that's the first time anybody got through to them. They actually was excited, and they was actually repeating those words. They actually retained them.
And a lot of these are clan names that have, over the centuries, even the chief's name, the Guy Hoga, the one on the top of the cane, the Mohawk chief, that took that name, and it's been hundreds and hundreds of years that name has existed. Same way with the clan, like my name, Hauhio, that existed before me. So when he passed on, and that one cycle went round 1 year after, then you're able to take that name. Then I've taken that name. So once I pass on, then somebody else in our clan will take that name.
And our great-grandson, Hoyadoskun.
That name comes from, we got 140 names from Philadelphia that have never been used for a long time. And they were all clan names, different clan names. So we were able to get some of those names, like Beaver Clan, Deer Clan, Bear, Wolf. They were all mixed up, but they were all noticed that they were all explicitly named Deer, Wolf Clan. And so a lot of the clan mothers, they got to be able to use those names. But what has happened now that, say, when our white brother first come here, there were 16,000 of us in Upper New York State. And so we used those names, and now we're like 175,000. So what they've had to do is that they've had to make up names. Like for example, our granddaughter, whose name is Conrah. So in the fall she's born, and that means about the leaves falling. They're floating. Yeah is floating. Conrahta, that's the leaf. So it means the leaves are coming down like that. Conrahta. And Emily, her name is, it was harvesting time. So that means that she harvests.
And your mom gave her
Yeah, my mom gave her that.
the name.
Right, you wanna listen to one of these?
Try to track down these things and pleasure recordings and the excellence of physics, and different people have them in different languages, and there's stuff to learn from if you can find it.
That's it.
So what was that one called?
That one's called The String. It's just it's a composite, it's a piece that we put together from various full pieces and then put some connecting material. It's bookended by Nathan, who's a young Haudenosaunee trying to learn the language.
I like listening to what I think was a thrush calling, the bird calling in there.
That was, where did you get
In the end, at the village site.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got hold of it.
yeah, I remember precisely when you were
Yeah.
doing that.
And we were there on the 15th, which is the Strawberry Moon Peak, and I remember going into that space and the air was perfumed with
I
strawberries.
haven't seen that many wild strawberries in my life.
I know.
Not even combined.
Yeah,
It's
walking among
unbelievable.
those longhouse
Wasn't
lines
that
with the
was
strawberries in the air.
I used to picture.
So you could smell it like way before you got
field
there.
that
Oh, yeah.
It was covered with strawberries like that,
Yeah,
but
You can go and pick your own if you want.
rarely
Yeah.
Pick your own farm often.
to go out to
yeah, we
really
could,
pick
Nathan
all
gathered
those
up handfuls when we
pounds of
sat there sharing.
strawberries.
Yes, the chiefs have taken it on, but they've taken on the responsibility to upkeep that. It doesn't belong to them, it belongs to the people. When we had this school with Reg Henry, we got flack from other older people and saying, oh, you're just memorizing it, and oh yeah, that's the way it started. But where are you going to start? You don't know the language, so you're wanting to carry on this older language, and which is the speeches when we have ceremonies, and sooner or later you get it. Like now, from when I first started learning, I'm having a greater understanding, but not understanding the whole thing yet. It, like them, it took a lifetime. But here we started way late. So,
And your parents were fluent, but his parents were fluent, but they wouldn't teach the kids the language. And they were afraid to speak their language because they got beat for it. They got beat in school
Mm-hmm.
See,
if
that's
they
my
were
mother.
talking. So they shut up. They didn't want to say it, and they wanted, and they had this. Well, your child needs to go to school, and needs to be educated, and needs to be, made into a Canadian or something. And they fell for that because the ones that hid, they took their kids and hid in the bush. They raised them in the bush because they ran from the ones that would come and steal their kids and put them in residential school. So they hid in the bush and wouldn't let them. When they seen them people coming, they just ran. No, don't let them take our kids. And those are the ones that held on to it and knew the language. They kept that language. The rest of them lost it. So it's not that generation fault that they lost it. And they're going back to find it. They're seeking their language and they're getting not welcome.
what I'm saying is that when you're when you're making a treaty, it's our people, yeah, but on the other side, it's not.
Yeah.
Well, I think the point of the whole overall thing of this condolence thing is that how words and songs can heal. And it's not it's for us, but it's for everyone to be able to, like it may not have to be condolence for other people, but the sounds of just a drum or an instrument or anything that is in each culture to that there are right words for consoling.
Right now, it's only politics.
Yeah, so my name is Geronimo Henry, and I spent 11 years at the residential school. So I went there when I was like 6 years old in 1942. And I got out of there in 1953. I was, by that time I was 17. It seemed to me like some of the kids were stubborn and, they don't want to give up their language. So you get there was a lot of beatings and strappings and floggings, we used to call it, when they flog you on a bare butt for, like stealing an apple out of the orchard or something like that. We were always hungry and, fighting over, food and stuff like that. And as we're living in these schools, so we used to get beatings and, we didn't even kind of realize, like we were going through all these abuses when you're living in the school. So, and they was always telling, like, you Indians you're no good. You're not going to amount to everything. So, that's mental abuse. So, there was physical, mental, psychological. Of course, what everybody wants to know is that sexual abuse going on there. So, I mean, if nobody hugs you and told you they loved you when you was a kid, you're not going to do that when you get older to be a man and be a father yourself. That's the thing, I never been to a funeral. So that's where you learn to mourn, too, and how to feel. I guess everybody, I don't know what you do. You start crying for some reason because somebody passed away, because you're not going to see him anymore. Well, see, that, I never, and you learn that from a little child. Now, like, I'm kind of like the way I feel, like I'm in two worlds. I'm like in the church world. I'm in like this longhouse thing, So, because, yeah. And then you don't know the language, so you don't know what's going on there. Instead of having names, most of the time they just have numbers. Everybody had a number at the school, so there was 75 boys and 80 girls. So everybody had a number. So when I went there, and my brother's number was 36, and they said for me, Geronimo, your number is going to be 48. I actually got mine tattooed right on my hand, but I did this myself. A lot of people think that the school did it. Like in like the Jewish Holocaust, they had like 11-digit number right here or something like that. Yeah, but no, they didn't do that. But I mean, like, I just did this myself. And I survived. It's called like Mohawk Residential School, number 48, survivor. Just to prove to the government that it didn't work. I figure like that's my life's goal. Get justice for these kids, and because a lot of these survivors, they're gone now. They never got justice. But
Can be the voice.
yeah, and I'm the guy that I can still talk. So that's kind of like how I look at it. I can talk for them, and try and get justice for them.
Do you think of yourself as strong?
No, not actually. That's what people have been telling me, especially when I talk to these kids in the public school.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so after when they come to the school, and then we take the whole school through the tour through the residential school.
Mm.
And I guess sometimes the teacher the next day said, well, we went and met Geronimo yesterday, and we went through the residential school, and what do you think? Write him a letter. I got I kept most of those letters too. And they're always saying, I'm strong, I'm a warrior, I got resilience, and we're going through all that stuff for 11 years and all that stuff. But I don't feel nothing. But I'm starting to now, but it's kind of like, my journey's just about done. Yeah.
Did your mom ever apologize?
No, she never said. But what she did say, like she said when we got delivered there, and she says, well, it must have been around strawberry ceremony, like that's coming up this this coming weekend or something. And she says, get ready, we'll go. Well, we just walked. A lot of people walked back in them days. We never had no cars. She never had a car, so we just walked. Yeah, so while we were walking there, and she says, you don't know the language? I said, no, you can't talk your language up there. I says, you gotta go to church. And she says, did you know? She says, you got an Indian name that we give you when you was a year old, she said. I said, no, I didn't know I had Indian. Yeah, she says, we took you to the longhouse where we're going today. That says, when you was a baby, we give you Indian, that ceremony, we give you Indian name. And he says, your name is Hatahine, he said. And that means he's walking.
But he also was a medicine bundle holder. He's one of these weird people that was back then. It wasn't very hard to do.
It's not really how it was back then.
No. What is your occupation?
I'm from Oneida Nation.
And how do you get this job?
Through great. She's a summer student. Yeah, I'm a summer student. Yeah, I'm going to college in the fall.
What are you studying?
Child and youth care
Where's that?
at Fanshawe in London.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Who's your family?
I'm gonna say you should know her mom.
Oh, yeah.
But I will plan for that route in my
Wendy, oh,
career
yeah, I know.
path.
Wendy's my mom.
To go to university for social work and then later on get my doctorate
Yeah,
in
that's her.
social work. Because I feel a lot of nutritional healers down here don't get the recognition to get like, the grants and everything that they need to help our people. So we need a lot more people with doctorates to help support them and everything. We'll be like, yeah, like their stuff works. Like give them the money that they need to help our people. Because in Western society, it's very looked upon as it doesn't work. Western medicine is the only solution, whereas like our medicines have proven to work. Like my cousin, she was diagnosed at a young age with leukemia, and she did do Western medicine for a while, then taking it away until then she switched to traditional medicine, and she's been cancer-free ever since. So I want to help our traditional people, like our traditional healers, to get that support and be able to like have more funding for research and stuff.
Peace, Layan Tosca. Yeah, Layan Tosca. Layan Tosca. Layan Tosca. Peace. Okay. Layan Tosca. Layan Tosca. Peace. Okay, you're missing one thing at the end of your Latin word. At the end of your Latin word. Okay. Again. Say what's that? Peace. Okay, Saji. Okay, Saji. Pretty good. Peace. Peace. Okay, Saji. Say what's that? Peace. Nakawasha. I'm something to ask.
How many of these guys speak the language at home?
We're working on it because of our situation, I guess, that we have in our community, that not all of our parents speak the language. And the school's been here for a few years now, and it was always kind of our struggle, is that the kids, they come to school here and they learn the language. But when they go home, the parents don't speak at home. So there's no incentive for them to speak at home. And even when they finish the school, like when they age out, you know, they're college or university age, and then they go out there, they go to school out there, and they start forgetting what they learned here. Because now it's not a part of their life, and they have no one to talk to at home. So there are a few programs in our in the community, but also at Fanshawe College in London, they have an adult program
where they're trying to teach Oneida language to try and kind of get the age of the parents to be able to speak at home as well, so that when the kids, when they go home, then they got somebody to talk to. So that's kind of the way we're approaching things as a community right now, and we're trying to support each other. The kids are learning here, the parents are learning there, or they're, whatever. We have a language center too, language and cultural center, so they offer online courses and in-person courses and things like that. A little bit more in-person opening back up again now since they opened things up since COVID. So that's yeah, that's kind of where we're at with our language. What we're trying to do here is a lot of the other language programs, they focus on learning a whole bunch of words and then doing a test. So what we done is that we just identified a few words, a little bit more digestible. Because one of the things that one of my mentors told me is they said that our language as a whole can become overwhelming. He said, you compare it to an elephant. He says, how do you eat an elephant? Do you eat the whole thing all in one bite? No, you don't. You take off a little chunk, chew it, eat it, take off another little chunk. And you're not going to be able to do it all at once. It's going to take time. And he said, our language is the same way. And so that's what we're doing with the kids here, is we're just giving them small, digestible pieces that it's going to matter to them. They can relate to it. So these planting words that we're doing with them, this morning they were outside planting all morning. They're making Three Sisters mounds. So they're soaking beans, they're going to soak their corn. Well, they already soaked their corn, they planted their corn. There's other gardens that we have where they planted in rows. So everything of what their language is, they're learning about, it's applicable to their life. So the other words, like liking things, playing, cooking, eating, all those kinds of words, it's all, it's words that they're going to use in their everyday life. Okay, you don't talk like that. You don't talk English like that, right? You say everything all together in one breath, in one line. So there is an increase in the urgency to learn the language because the number of our fluent speakers is dwindling. Like we probably only got maybe 20 left. That's in the whole world, first language speakers. So in our community and in Wisconsin and New York, there is an urgency there for them to create language programs to learn the language, to bring it back in their communities. There is a rise, in people wanting to learn, the numbers of people wanting to learn, but it's out of that urgency, like to try and preserve what we have. Read it all together. Okay? It helps me to work with the kids. And that's what I was telling them yesterday. I said, you guys, the things of what they can do here, I said, you guys give me hope. Because somebody asked me that, tomorrow I got to do a funeral. And that's what somebody asked me. I did a 10-day feast for somebody there a couple of weeks ago. And we do things according to our clan system. And so the family that we were doing the feast for was a Bear Clan family. So the Wolf Clan has to come and do the speaking for them. Or even if it was a Turtle Clan family, then the Wolf Clan comes and does the speaking for them. Because the bears and turtles sit on the same side, and we sit on the other side of our house. So last week when I done a 10-day feast, there was a family across the river, and she was Wolf Clan. So I'm like, I'm not supposed to be doing this. It's supposed to be the other side of the house that's supposed to be doing it. But then they got nobody over there that can do it. So then when they asked me to do it, then I have to say kanhatslot tahadi, bezwang ta'ala, bezwang ta'alage, or dahodi ta'ala. So the two clans that they had to hire me, they had to borrow me from our side so that I could speak on behalf of them. But that's what I said. That's what I told these guys yesterday. Because we got a turtle, we got a bear, we got turtle, we got bears, all kinds of turtles and bears in here. So I said, oh, I feel good. Because, you know, maybe, I said, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I said, but maybe when it's time for me to go, then maybe you guys are going to be able to take care of me, send me home when it's time. So it gives me peace of mind to know that these guys are earning. Because that's our future. They're going to be the ones. They're going to have to be doing the stuff that I'm doing. That's what my Uncle Foster told me. He said, don't ever worry about it. He says, you're working here because you're working for the Creator. He says, when you do that, he says, you might not be rich, you might not get paid lots of money. He says, but when you're working for the Creator's going to take care of you. He's going to make sure that you have everything that you need. He says, so don't worry about money. And that's my name, Odang. That means he's poor. Okay? We had so many guys at one point, you know, that they would sit around, okay, who's going to do the opening? You know, who's going to explain what we got to do today in a ceremony? Who's going to sing? Who's going to announce the song? You know, like, they had so much people back then that you might not get a chance to speak at that ceremony, but maybe next time you would. Or you might not get a chance to sing at this ceremony, but maybe next time you do. And that's what they say, that when it's like that, that means that you're rich. You're rich in your speakers. You're rich in knowledge. So that's why our school is here. That's why we have this school, this learning center. So the kids, they learn about the ceremonies, they learn about our medicines, they learn about planting. You know, they learn a little bit of everything. They learn about natural medicines, how to pick and harvest natural medicines, how to prepare it. You know, just how to have a good life. And then to be able to converse, you know, very basic conversation in our language. That's where they're at right now. But they're going to build on it. They're going to keep coming. They're going to learn more. They're going to learn more. They're going to learn more. And by the time they're done with me, after 4 years, then, you know, hopefully they can speak Oneida pretty good. And then that's what they got to do after, is that they got to go out into their families, and if they have speakers in their families, go out and try and, you know, talk to them. So yeah, that's what we do. It's our mission.
I do this right, or I do need more feathers in my middle.
Okay. So there's more feathers in that bag?
Yeah,
just gotta stick them out. Okay.
So I think I need
just keep going.
2 more bundles for the middle.
Okay.
Okay, just in case I don't finish it here, and I already got my feathers I want.
Yeah.
What do I do for my 3 months? How do I attach these out?
It's up to you. What I do sometimes is I'll cut them. Like I'll cut the shaft in half. And I'll cut the top half off, and then I fold it back and stick it inside the shaft. And then it creates a loop. So let me draw you a diagram on the board. So you take the end of your feather shaft, and then what I do is that I'll cut.
Trying to break it down? Well, I guess a lot of people swung on that swing. It's how many more it's going to be? 25 years? It's in pretty good shape for that.
25 years. We only lived here since. Let me see. 2002. When we built this house back here.
Maybe about